Hey everyone, and welcome to Money Moves for Teens. My name is Talia Levy, and in this podcast, I will be talking about business, entrepreneurship, and of course, money. I hope you take something away from this episode and enjoy. If you've always wanted to start a business but had doubts about starting as a teenager, then I hope this episode will help you move past your doubts and onto your entrepreneurial path. This episode, I'm going over 7 reasons why starting a business as a teen is so beneficial. And if you missed my last episode, I gave 7 reasons there as well, so I recommend listening to that after this one. And as I did my previous episode, I want to start off this one with a common theme that really all my points will tie back to. This theme is low risk, high reward, and this is how I view teenage entrepreneurship. It's very self-explanatory. Starting a business as a teen doesn't have to come with much, if any, risk, and it has unlimited potential upside. You can make money, inspire thousands of people, build yourself a huge audience. It all depends on what you do, but you starting a business does have many pros. So remember, low risk, high reward is a way you can view teen entrepreneurship if you needed that boost of inspiration. The first reason why you should start a business is because you gain entrepreneurial experience. You learn about the technical side of everything, like your industry and customers, and you also take away many beneficial concepts that come from entrepreneurship that you can apply to your everyday life, such as dependency and time management. Those takeaways are actually a point in this episode that I'll go into more detail about towards the end, so stay tuned to hear that. Another reason why gaining this experience as a teen is so helpful is because if you decide to pursue entrepreneurship later in life, you'll already have a head start. You've already been through parts of the process. Of course, there are always new things to learn when having a business, but however much experience you do gain through starting now is more than what you would have gained if you had passed up this opportunity. The second reason why you should start your business is because you may really enjoy it. Maybe school or sports isn't really your thing. You don't enjoy them like others do around you. Starting a business requires totally different skills compared to the ones school or sports do, and those skills may be your strengths you just haven't recognized yet. You may be very organized and have no problem keeping track of customers' orders, or you could have great leadership skills which helps you successfully direct employees. And if you do end up loving entrepreneurship, it can become your escape from all the other things you may not enjoy as much. So just consider that you may have a drive and passion for entrepreneurship you haven't discovered yet. Third, it's scientifically proven that younger people take on more risk. Sites like psychologytoday.com and medicalnewstoday.com have written about this topic, and this definitely has a good and a bad side to it. If you look at the positive side, say you're handed a business offer and instead of thinking of all the ways it could go wrong and end up missing the opportunity, you could take the offer and just see what comes with it. Again, this can be a good or a bad thing depending on the situation. But in business, if you never let others help you or if you never take on any risks because you always think of how it could go totally wrong, it's going to be much harder for you to grow and improve. You need to be comfortable with taking risks, and the teenage mind does that more easily than those who are older. Fourth, your business could be your creative outlet. If you feel you can't fully express yourself in school or at home, you can put all of your creativity into your business. Some people choose to show this through music or art they create, for example, and starting a business is a great way to do it as well. Designing advertisements and always improving upon your products or services are perfect ways to exercise this skill. In my 14th episode titled, How to Define Your Brand, I talk about how important it is to establish your brand's personality. I recommend listening to that episode because it actually gives the examples of what aspects of business you can really be creative in. The fifth reason you should start a business is because you will learn concepts in the process that you can apply throughout the rest of your life. Whether you succeed or not, you will gain knowledge by starting a business, and this is what I hinted to at the beginning of the episode. Again, things like time management and dependency are examples of this. When running a business, making sure you are managing your time wisely is key when running it smoothly and avoiding becoming overwhelmed. Work can feel like a lot at times, but this skill helps you to take control of your hours rather than it being the other way around. You also learn how to be dependable. Your customers are depending on you to deliver them the product or service that they paid for. You want to have a strong, reliable reputation when running a business. Of course, you learn how to work hard. Starting up and running a successful business isn't always a walk in the park, and you will have to work hard to build a name for yourself and stay relevant over time. And practicing hard work and effort now is definitely something that will benefit you for the rest of your life. The last example I'll give today is that you learn to be a hustler. You're always looking to expand, always looking to grow, and you find ways to do those things. You fix problems that others overlook. That's what an entrepreneur does. You have to look for problems everywhere and figure out how you can make a job or a task easier for someone else. And that will always stick with you. There are many more things entrepreneurship will teach you, but those 4 concepts are definitely some main ones, and they are incredibly beneficial. Sixth, you have nothing to lose. Really, in my last episode, I talked about how you don't have many expenses, you have the time, there's really no reason not to start. You know that whether your business is successful or not, you will come home to dinner and a roof over your head. So recognizing these advantages and really blessings you have can make you realize it's the perfect time to start. And I had to repeat those points because I think they are so important to think about and take into account. And the seventh reason why you should start is because you can succeed. You can reach your goals and the point you want to get to with your business. There is most definitely potential for your business to take off and be amazing. And remember the common theme, low risk, high reward. If you succeed, there is unlimited upside. There's no telling where it will take you, and you can look back and say you did that. You had an idea, figured out how you were going to make it happen, you put in the work, and boom, success. So just start now. Those were the 7 reasons why starting your business as a teenager is a great idea. To recap, you gain entrepreneurial experience, you may find you enjoy having a business, and as a young person you are more likely to take on risks, which is beneficial in some cases. Your business can be your creative outlet, and you will learn concepts you can apply to your future. There is nothing to lose, and lastly, you have the potential to succeed. If you haven't listened to my last episode yet, I recommend doing so for 7 more reasons as to why teenage entrepreneurship is so beneficial. I hope these points inspired you to start your business now to make some money and inspire others. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to listen to this week's episode and learn something new. Feel free to reach out to me with any questions through my Twitter at moneymovesforteens or through my Instagram at talia.simone_. If you decide to follow, you will be notified every time I release a new episode, and I do frequent polls about my podcast so you all can be part of my podcast decisions, such as choosing episode topics. If you are more of a visual learner, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel where I create animations for these episodes. It's the same great information, just in a video form. If you would like to continue building on what you learned this episode while supporting my podcast, in my descriptions I always have an outline and discussion guide. You can also go to buymeacoffee.com/Talia Levy and access them through the shop section of my site. Print out the guides for your favorite episodes and talk about them with friends and family. Also, if you like Money Moves for Teens, be sure to give a rating and share it with those who will benefit from the information. I hope to see you next week. Bye!